sir.
हाँ. So roll number 1, Dr. Dipti Malviya.
Yes, sir. Present.
थोड़ा मोठ्याने बोला.
Present, sir. Present.
हाँ, very nice. हाँ. Then number 2, Archie.
Yes, sir. Present.
Neetu Amlani. What about Miss Neetu Amlani? Whether she's present or not? She's yet to join.
त्या थोड्या वेळात जॉईन करतील. असं कॉलेजचं थोडं लाईट गेलेले आहेत. मे बी कनेक्ट
ठीक
नसतील
आहे,
झाले.
थोडं थांबून जातो मग. हा,
बरं बरं. हो सर. ओके.
then Dr. Nirav.
Yes, sir. Present, sir.
Very nice. Then roll number 5, Mrs. Minal Rajdev.
Present, sir.
Roll number 6, Dr. Suparna Murkute.
Present, sir.
Roll number 7, Dr. Amit Karbande.
Present, sir.
Dr. Archana Mahakalkar, madam.
Present, sir.
Archana Prajapati. Archana Prajapatinचा काय प्रॉब्लेम आहे? Yesterday also she was not there. Archana Prajapati. त्यांचा कोणी मित्र मैत्रीण आहे का कोणी त्यांना ओळखणार? डॉक्टर विनोद डोंगरवार. डॉक्टर विनोद डोंगरवार. हा, डॉक्टर विनोद डोंगरवार तुम्ही जॉईन झाले नाही का अजून? डॉक्टर अरविंद सोमनाथे. एब्सेंट है ना अरविंद सोमनाथ. डॉक्टर श्रुति घरडे. डॉक्टर श्रुति घरडे. डॉक्टर पल्लवी देशमुख.
Present, sir.
डॉक्टर पल्लवी देशमुख.
Present, sir.
रोल नंबर 13, शी इज प्रेजेंट.
Yes, sir.
रोल नंबर 14, मीनाक्षी कांबळे. डॉक्टर मीनाक्षी कांबळे. जॉईन आहे पण काही आपण बोलत नाहीये. डॉक्टर शील.
Present, sir.
डॉक्टर शील.
Present, sir.
थोडं मोठ्याने बोला. डॉक्टर विवेक माणिक.
Present, sir.
डॉक्टर राजेश सोनकुसरे. डॉक्टर विशाल दौलतकर. डॉक्टर स्वाति यादव. मिस्टर केरेकेटा.
Yes, sir.
Joel
Present, sir.
Kereketa.
Yes, sir.
हाँ.
Present, sir.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
Next participant, Miss Kani Mozi.
Present, sir.
Okay. Then roll number 22, Dr. Shikha Awasti.
Yes, sir. Present.
Okay.
So yesterday I have joined later, so my verbal attendance
हा, ठीक आहे.
was missing.
Oh, okay. I'll take care of your attendance yesterday also. Do not worry at all.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So our guest speaker has also joined. So shall we start his presentation? All are ready?
Yes,
Sir.
sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir.
हा.
Hello, sir.
आजचे आपले गेस्ट स्पीकर आहे डॉक्टर दिलीप यार्डी आणि त्यांचा बायोडाटा कोण वाचणार मग? काल मी तुम्हाला जबाबदारी दिली होती.
हो सर, मी डॉक्टर दीप्ती मालविया.
हा, डॉक्टर दीप्ती मालविया, तुम्ही रेडी आहात का?
येस सर.
हा, सर्व पार्टिसिपंट आपले जॉईन झालेले आहे. आवर गेस्ट स्पीकर हॅज ऑल्सो अराइव्ड. गुड मॉर्निंग सर.
Good morning.
हा. So now I would like to request Dr. Malviya, madam, to introduce today's one of the guest speaker, Dr. Dilip Yardi. Dr.
Okay, sir.
Malviya, madam, please continue.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you, Praveen, sir. Good morning, all of you. First of all, I would like to welcome our today's guest of honor, Dr. Dilip Yardi, and good morning to all dear participants and Praveen, sir. I am Dr. Dipti Malviya. Would like to welcome our guest of honor, Dr. Dilip Yardi, on this pleasant morning, the second day of our refresher course. I welcome you all on behalf of UGC HRDC. Now today we all are having with us Dr. Dilip Yardi. He is member of State Wildlife Board of Maharashtra. He is ex-honorable wildlife warden of Aurangabad district since 40 years. His research area includes eco-sustainability assessment of Jayakwadi Dam with reference to bird sanctuary. Again, he is a founder of Nisarg Mitra Mandal and Environmental Research Foundation and Educational Academy of Aurangabad. Since 45 years, he has been working continuously in the movement and work related to bird watching, environment, and nature. Uh, uh, Again, he was the president of 16th Maharashtra State Pakshi Mitra Conference held at Solapur, which was held in 1997. He has participated and presented many of the research papers in national and international level seminars and conferences on environments and bird at various places. Uh, he is a lifetime member of Bombay Natural History Society and Indian Aquaculture. He was appointed to various government committees on smart city, environmental wildlife, and biodiversity. His research includes various environmental problems, and he has submitted 29 related reports to the government. Also, sir was appointed to various government appointed as an expert for public hearings and on environment through Maharashtra Pollution Control Board of and Collectorate. He is working in Pakshi Mitra, working on Maharashtra Pakshi Mitra movement since its inception, and he is currently working as a consultant over there. Now, many of his books, there are total 5 books based on birds like Safar and Orak Pakshanchi. These are the 2 books published so far on birds, and the one book that is Bhartiya Pakshi Jagat. It is on the way to publication. Such a we are now I request Yardi sir to enlighten us with such a strong and such a marvelous background on wildlife, bird, and environmental. So I request all participants to grasp the knowledge given by sir. Thank you, sir. Welcome once again.
Morning. Am I audible to everybody?
Yes, sir.
क्या आवाज पहुंच रही है आपके?
Yes, sir.
मेरी आवाज पहुंच रही है?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Shall we start now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good morning to
Sir, I
everybody.
have finished my introduction. So please, sir, continue, sir.
Okay. First of all, I thanks to organizer Dr. Meshram sir, Praveen Meshram sir, for giving me an opportunity to introduce a subject, birds and sustainability. The bird or ornithology is a subject which is not included in any of the university or in any of the education curriculum. It's the practical subject which has been only studied in by BNHS and other NGOs like SciCon, others. About when we talk about the sustainability, sustainability depends on the healthy ecosystem itself. You all know. So before we go into the details, are you able to see the slides?
Oh.
Slide दिसतात सगळ्यांना?
Yes, sir. All the slides is visible, sir.
Okay. So sustainability is the subject which you already know about it because you are learning and we are talking all about sustainability in this course. Birds are very important part of the sustainability or ecosystem, we can say that. So we will start with our slideshow and while showing the slide, I will explain the subject slowly and time to time. The human beings or human of all ages are attracted by the birds. There is no human who don't love the birds, who don't attract the birds, or who don't know the birds. If we think about the birds, they are very close to us. So let us see first what is bird. Birds are the aves can be defined as a feather biped. Two-legged animal is having feathers is a bird is an apt definition, we can say that. Rest, their body temperature is higher than other mammals or other animals. The bird live, a small bird is from 5 centimeter to a huge bird of 9 feet or reach. That means a variety of the birds are seen by us. Next, please. If we see the statistic about the birds, all over the world, there are about 11,000 living bird species across the world, the globe. And many of them are identified through the observation only because observing birds, taking the photographs, the record has been built up, which goes up to 11,000 in the world. Whereas if we see the Indian subcontinent, we see 1,350 birds in the Indian subcontinent. Whereas the birds in Maharashtra will be 560 number of the birds plus many other. That means we are very rich in bird population. So one thing I would like to explain you when we have to study the birds, we must know the external features of birds. Why this preliminary thing I am talking with you? Because these all things depends on to know the birds. Well, if I say boldly that if you want to learn, you must know external features of the birds, but we are learning or seeing or studying the birds beyond this external feature, what are they that we will see one by one? See, one is the peacock. Is well familiar with all the Indians, but the peacock seen in the jungle, when you go, they run away. But fortunately, if you can see them, they are dancing before you. This is the season where we can see the dancing peacock in anywhere in the Maharashtra also. This dancing bird tells us about climate. He says that summer is over and rainy season is starting. So change of season, climate change has been indicated by this bird. Whereas similarly, we can have many birds, they give us the information about the climates. So birds are indicators of the climate. Birds have their own place in the ecosystem. When I say that a healthy ecosystem means a healthy atmosphere, and healthy atmosphere means a sustained lifestyle itself. The bird have their own place in ecosystem. They always prefer healthy ecosystem. Or we can see in other word that healthy ecosystem occupied by the birds is a gift to the nature. The bird acts as a predator, the bird acts as a pollinator, they act as a seed dispersal, as a even scavengers and an ecosystem engineers. It means to maintain the ecosystem, every part of the ecosystem has to be kept under the percentage led by or percentage defined by the nature itself. So we will see now what birds in a different way helps in enriching our environment or protecting our environment or protecting our nature, conserving the nature. Each step of the bird, each life of the bird tells us something about it. This is the first very small bird, purple rump sunbird. There's a sunbird, then a purple sunbird. You can see them on the flowers. They're picking up a nectar from one flower to another flower, from another flower to another flower. While doing this, they act as a pollinator, or a pollination has been done in the nature, which helps to build up a healthy fruit. See, these are the few birds which we can see. This is the golden oriole. These are all the birds which are pollinator birds. When I give you show you the one picture, it doesn't mean that this is the only bird which pollinates. There are a group of the birds who are feed on the nectar. From flower to flower, they are required to go. There, the big or huge pollination has been done, which helps nature to conserve themselves for the future also. This is the one of the bird you can see on your screen. Can you identify these birds? So identification of the bird is also very, very important, because they, once you have identified them, they are easy to categorize, easy to divide into the different categories. So we can learn the word very easily. This is a female quail and this is a Mr. Quail. See, difference between male and female is entirely different looking themselves. That means all the way, mainly the male and female of the birds looks alike. Only size or very little difference we can observe in between them. But few birds are very drastic change in colors itself. This is a pied cuckoo. When I say the birds are indicators, this pied cuckoo comes from Africa to India when the monsoon has to be commenced. It gives the information about that monsoon is coming. चातक बर्ड जिसको हम लोग कहते हैं वो ये बर्ड है. ऐसे कहा जाता है ये बर्ड सिर्फ आकाश में से गिरने वाला पानी ही पीता है. ये कोरिलेटेड because the incoming monsoon and incoming of this bird is equally at the same time. Then this bird slowly travels toward the north as the monsoon also goes beyond it, and then it go back to the Africa. So these birds indicate the arrival of monsoon. whereas few birds, how to identify them? This is a common myna you can see. Observe it properly, look all the characters. You can see the beak, you can see the eye, you can see the body, abdomen, tail, legs. This is another myna, which is a jungle myna. The difference between them is very, very little. Color is the same, beak is the same. The only yellow spot near the eye is not found in jungle myna. It means a very small difference tells us about the species as well as subspecies of the bird. Where this is a third type of the मैना और ब्राह्मणी स्टारलिंग, जिसको मराठी में भांगपाड़ी मैना ऐसा भी कहते हैं. These are the pied starling or pied myna. There are about 7 or 8 different types of the myna can be seen in Maharashtra. So we can say that only one species of the birds and its subspecies are to be identified because these birds, some mynas are bank myna, some are jungle myna, some are city myna. So according to their identification and their habitat, we can define the bird and its use in the nature. This is a huppy, wrongly called as a sutar. And the huppy is the only bird in the Huppidae family because of its DNA characters. It always found in marshy area where the छोटा सा पानी दलदल जैसे होता है, अपनी लंबी चोंच के हिसाब से नीचे से उसमें से जो कीड़े मकोड़े होते हैं वो रूट के तरफ से खींच के बाहर निकलता है और खाता है. So each beak of the bird is very important because it gives the idea about its food. When you know the food of the bird, then where that food can grow, in what conditions, favorable conditions are for the food. So one beak can tell you about whole environment around the bird itself. There are some small birds. They are silver munia or Indian silver bill. This is an Asian paradise flycatcher. One of the beautiful bird in all among the all birds. It is called as a Swargiya Nartak also. It is a full white color. Sub-adult has chocolatey color and whole his tail is about 2.5 feet away long from his body. So when it fly in the sky or fly in the air, that whole structure looks very beautiful, attractive to all human beings. Hence it is called as a Sargiya Nartak. Whereas this is the bird, you all know grey hornbill. You can see its beak, very sturdy and very stout itself. That already indicates that these birds must be eating the seeds which are having a strong cover itself. So they break that cover and eat it, or they can catch a bigger insect also. This is another bird which you all must know. This is a yellow-footed green pigeon, which is a bird of state of Maharashtra. Maharashtra government has declared this as a bird of Maharashtra. Because this bird can be seen everywhere, his voice is very melodious, looks very beautiful, and he acts, all doves and pigeons acts very nobly in the nature. We can see 3 types of the does found in Maharashtra, found mostly common in everywhere. This is a collar doe. You can see a black color on the collar. The names of the bird is also given very simply because of its character. This is the collar doe, whereas this is a little brown doe because its color is brown, or it's called as a city doe. It may be called as a laughing doe also. These birds stays along with the human being, whereas most of the does we found is spotted doe found in Malran, jisko barren land, where only grassland can be seen. Whereas these birds mainly feed on seeds of grass. So we can say that they restrict the grass, increasing their percentage in the nature. So they is useful in balancing the nature, we can say like this. Whereas some birds can be seen in your garden, fruit garden mainly they can be seen. This is coppersmith. Its colors are green in color, then red on the head and yellow, red and yellow pattern on the beak or head. This bird can be seen in mainly in banyan trees where they are fruit eaters. They eat the fruit, they feed their young ones with them, and they pass away through their excreta, and the plantation is being done. We can see banyan tree anywhere in the nature. It can be grown on the rock, can be grown on the soil, can be grown on the buildings, everywhere. These has been transferred by these birds. So transferring the seeds, seed dispersal is the main and big conservation act by the birds. You know, there is the only solution for every type of the pollution is a plantation. So plants are the basic of the nature. Or I can say, in other words, that plants are the mothers of mother of this healthy atmosphere. It's the base of the ecosystem, where the ecosystem is built from plants to consumers slowly. Whereas you can see the birds are feeding to their young ones, people are still we can see. This is another small bird, white eye or oriental white, or we can call it as a chasmewala. These birds mainly feeds on different types of the food. If anybody wants to ask any question, they may ask me the question at any time, doesn't matter. If you have any doubt, please raise your hand, ask me during my lecture itself, doesn't matter. So these birds eats, you can see, एक पेरू खा रहा है ये birds. These birds eats the fruit along with the seed. They swallow it, all the thing. Whereas the birds, the fruits of the birds are useful to their body, whereas seed has been thrown away from the excreta and planted in the nature. See, the beauty of the plantation is this, that any seed sown by the bird's excreta, it definitely comes in the nature, it grows in the nature, and ultimately it takes participated to enrich the whole nature itself. How? When the seed has been dropped down along with the excreta, time goes, excreta becomes a manure to the seed, and when the first rain comes down, that seedling comes, start growing, and it has been provided manure immediately, so that seed grow very fast, so it can be sustained in the nature properly. Where you can see this eating a mango. This is a parrot, plum-headed parakeet, also eating some types of the fruit. Where this is also a rose-ring parakeet eating a mango. So all fruit-eating birds helps in transferring or seed dispersal. I can say that is a very noble act or very
एक तो ये बर्ड वाला है,
कुछ समझ में आ
इसकी
रहा है?
पीपीटी सब बर्ड्स ही रहेंगे. रिपोर्ट बनाएंगे तो 2-4 बर्ड्सों के नाम तो लिखने पड़ेंगे.
कुछ दिक्कत है किसी को? So these are the uses of the birds we have seen. About the then main use of the bird is, you can see this small sunbird whose main food is nectar. But when he constructs the nest and he feeds his young one, he always brings different types of the insects to feed them. This is the nest of the sunbird. This is the nest of the tailor bird. tailor bird used to make his nest by stitching the leaves, making a pouch of it, and there it lays the eggs. And different types of the insect they used to feed. The best example, we have seen few birds, Assyrian warbler having another type of the insect, whereas fantail flycatcher having another type of the insect, whereas the robin, which is very close to your house and we always stays in the vicinity of human beings, also carries some insect. You can see whereas this is a flameback woodpecker, or woodpeckers are also huge insect eaters. With their strong beak, they dug the stem of the tree. You can see कीड़े निकाल के खा रहे हैं. So insecticide use is a very important for these birds. You can see birds having different types of insects. When I studied this bulbul, I found that in a whole day, 64 different types of the insects he brought to feed his young one. Whereas Dr. Salim Ali also has recorded that house sparrow feeds his young ones 220 times in a day with the insect itself. And you can see how huge insects are being killed, which are the main enemy of our plants. This is a apex bird, we can say, about the insecticide. Dr. Srinivasan from Bombay Natural History Society has done his PhD on this bird, and he found that this bird used to eat the toll or leucast of his double out of his weights. उसके वजन के दुगुना वजनदार कीड़े दिन भर में खाता है. So our farmers worship this bird, and I request them to stay with us for a healthy crop. So we can see some nest of the birds. Of course, nowadays, these are the old slides. Nowadays, the nesting photography has been banned. But one thing I would like to here explain, that this nest has been, you can observe very easily, whereas this baya bird or sugran bird used to construct a very complicated, very beautiful bird in the nature. Normally, they construct the nest very thin twig of the thorny tree, and it starts weaving it down, and down. But we are during our expansion, we have cut down many trees. So deforestation is in huge or habitat loss for these birds. So they doesn't have such a trees now for the construction of the nests. But at the same time, birds are highly adapted. They used to start constructing the nest on your electric lines. So birds require the nest to their survival. Day by day, the number of the birds have been falling down. When we are start bird watching, at least huge number of the birds we are observing, but now slowly the number is getting fall and fall. So less number of the birds means less protection to the society, less protection to the nature. This is a straight way leading to unsustainability in the nature itself. If you want sustainability to be in the nature, we must have number of the birds to increase. There are many factors. Commonly, we can say that pollution, climate change, unsustainable hunting, or habitat loss. Impact of the main is the impact of human settlement and its infrastructure. You must have seen the road construction is going on, and thousands trees are being cut down, whereas no trees has been sapling done by the any authority. Still some birds existing, they are struggling, they are using the material of the nature. This is a cotton used by tailor bird for his young ones to sleep on a very soft cotton itself, whereas it brings also some grass also for protection of their children, and these small birds can be seen around you. The main problem that we have not protected their nesting sites, so we must provide them nest where they can sustain for more birds or they can grow in number. So we have made an experiment by providing an artificial nest wherein we found Brahmini starling is constructing the nest, robin itself is constructing the nest, and so many other birds like great teat, then Brahmini myna, then parrots, they are, even our sparrow, they are adopting this nest. So we must provide them artificial nest for the birds conservation. Another thing which we observed mainly in summer, that birds used to fall down because of heat. So they must get water to drink. Our modern town planning says that water should not be stagnant, they should be flow. So there is a well-developed drainage system is being used in the city. But we must keep water to these birds because the body temperature of these birds has been regulated by through their excreta, and excreta needs water to be enriched also. So few birds on artificial water pond is the Asciplenia, this is a great tea, this is a red-breasted flycatcher, this is a migratory bird, and this is a dove, and this is a shikra. It itself shows that primary birds to apex tertiary birds can become on the required water. So please keep, for the conservation of the birds, water ponds in your gallery, in your backyard, wherever it is possible, we should do it. Another use for a person or a human being of this parrot, this is a story which I would like to tell you about, or its behavior. This behavior itself gives another dimension to the human beings, and it helps in keeping the human mind stable. Many psychiatrists recommends to have a parrot with you, so your mind will be stable and you will be having a healthy mind. So this is a story. It's a true story which I have captured in my camera. Let us see that. One of the parrot has been coming and sitting on the गुलमोहर के पेड़ पर आकर वो बैठता था. एक छोटी सी रेड कलर की फूल अपने मुंह में पैरों में पकड़कर उसका एक अच्छा सा गुच्छा बनाता था, और वो जो रेड कलर की जो पाखड़ी थी वो चूज करता था. इफ इट इज नॉट फ्रेश he used to throw away. If it is fresh, he used to take it away and offers it to his beloved, और अपने प्रेमिका को वो जाकर देता था. This is a picture we see in the theater itself. अपना हीरो गुलाब का फूल लेके बगीचा में, गार्डन में हीरोइन के पीछे गाने गाते हुए घूमता है, और जब वो फूल उसके हाथ में देता है तो आखिरी में पूछता है, Will you marry me? Then engagement ceremony goes on, and photographer used to ask them, have a good smile, look at the camera and give the smile please. I also requested them for the smile. They given a very good smile to me also. This tells us something about it. Interacting, watching and hearing with the birds is also positive influence on human beings. Studies shows that abundance of the bird is associated with less depression, anxiety and stress in the human or in the people. So for this purpose, we should see the birds, we should allow birds to uh, stay in vicinity of us or prepare a habitat so they can be with you for your well-being. Now we'll go turn on to the second part of my lecture, that is the birds of prey, and last part will be wetland birds. So in only one line, the forest department has already defined that shikari pakshi santulan rakshi. That means they are used in balancing the nature itself, because they are all tertiary consumers in the food chain. This is drongo. Drongo means called as a kotwar or police inspector. Though this bird looks very small, it's a fighter bird. He used to run away the bigger birds in the territory of the, in the vicinity of his territory which he marked out. And in that territory, they get automatic protection from the big birds. So small birds construct their nest and stay along with the, under the protection of this police inspector Drongo. Drongo is an old police inspector, so he prefers horse to protect his area. Whereas nowadays, Rajdoot or bullet has been favored by the police inspector. Let us see few birds of prey with their names, because their name itself suggests how they kill, how they eat that. This is a long-tailed shrike, or in Marathi or in Hindi it's called as a hatik or butcher bird. These birds, उनका प्रे जो पकड़ते हैं वो उठा के इस कांटे के ऊपर चिटका देते हैं और फिर धीरे धीरे काट कर खाते हैं. हमारा बूचर काटी यही करता है. So similar behavior gives the name to the birds, big bird or shrike bird. This is a shikra. Shikra is a bird has a different type of the style to catch them. He used to hide in the green canopy, suddenly takes the prey and start eating there itself. Whereas this is a back wing or back shoulder kite. This is a very beautiful bird looks into, and his style of catching the prey is very beautiful. I have witnessed one time. This is a sitting on the top of the, suddenly start flying and flapping his wings, and one place, just like a helicopter, he was stayed in one place. उसके जो पंख थे वो ऊपर की ओर उठा के और पैर नीचे की तरफ खींच के एक वाई शेपेड आकार बना लिया, और पूरे पेट के ऊपर के व्हाइट जो से वो नीचे से दिख रहे थे. Slowly, when it again comes, I seen a rat. So you can see the rat. So different birds, different type of way. We are talking is the fastest catcher bird to eat. When he catch the prey with 260 kilometers per hour, so this is the fastest bird capturing the prey. And this is a common kestrel, whereas these are the owlets, spotted owl, where we can see them in the daytime. They were coming out. It is again one misunderstanding that they cannot see in the daytime, but they used to see in the daytime, but they very lessly move in at this time. And this is a barn owl. Barn owl, which was with me for 6 months in my house, was very lucky for me. And I observed that the barn owl was eating 3 rats in a night. His style of eating was different than other birds. He used to swallow the rat, chews the rat, prepares a ball of a bones and throw away. 3 balls means 3 rats. One pair of the rat gives birth of about 880 birds, 80 rats in a year. If has been multiplied so, thousands and thousands, lakhs of the rats are coming every year. So I did not explain about the rats which damages our nature. So you can see that by eating rats, birds are really useful for us in the nature. These are some eagles which we see, or eagle types, buzzards and of eagle. They are top or tertiary consumers in that area. Where you can see this eagle, you can say that whole jungle is balanced. These are the osprey. This is a short-toed eagle. This is a crested hawk eagle. This is a Bonalis eagle. We found a nest of Bonalis eagle in Daulatabad Fort, where our university has been taken up a study about this area, a botanist, then entomologist, a different type of disciplinary persons came together, prepared a team and made a profile of this area. And we found that this is a well-balanced area where we can see different types of the insects, reptiles, birds, pigeons, and apex, this Bonalis eagle also. Then vulture is nowadays has been included in birds of prey, but main action, they are scavenger birds. You all know that 96% of the vultures are already vanished, they are already gone. So we must protect them. Government has also given a top priority to protect these vultures. So let us see types of the vultures seen now in India. This is a scavenger birds. This is a flying one. This is a king vulture one. This is a cinereous vulture. So vulture is a scavenger bird. So we have seen birds of prey, scavenger birds, garden birds. Now we will come down to our last part of the talk, that is wetland birds. Why wetlands are very important? Because the whole nature depends on water. The whole nature depends on wetlands. A rich wetland gives us a rich biodiversity in nature. So Jaikwadi is one of the best or wetland we can say, because nowadays it has been recommended to include it in Ramsar Convention also. So if we see a report of birds in 22, it has been found that many birds are being, again water birds also declining in their number. Birds act as a barometer. Particularly migratory birds are absolutely necessary part of the healthy atmosphere. They birds in lakhs comes in India from north. The lakhs of the birds consume billions of the insects. They help in depress the crop seeds also. At the same time, when I did my PhD on the ecosystem sustainability of Jaikwadi project with related to the birds, I had some observations which I would like to share with you. If you also try, found whether they are really worth or not, or support me if they are, you find it correct. Main thing that I observed is that they are, all these migratory birds are capable of stimulating primary productivity. While foraging in the marshes or in a wetland, thousands and thousands of birds occupy the whole part of the wetland, and the primary productivity is stimulated, which has increased. So primary or all the productivity of any lake requires oxygen itself. How the oxygen has been transferred and reaches there, we can see. See, this is a typical wetland where the deep water is there. As you come towards the land, we can see the depth of the water is slowly coming up. Shallow water is start, then marshy land is there, then you can see sand is there, and small shrubs are there, and then big trees are there. This is what a succession of the tree we can see is, and in each part of this, we can see different types of the bird itself. Mainly in wetland, we can see fish-eating birds as well as plant-eating birds. This is a common kingfisher, white-throated. We see few birds. This is a little blue kingfisher, very beautiful. He also catches the fishes from in a different style itself. This is a pied kingfisher. It also eats or feeds on fishes, small fishes, where these three types of the kingfisher are shown because variety of the birds can be seen. These are the grey herons having long leg, long neck. So long neck or long leg indicates that their habitat or they feed in that depth which is deep, which is deep like their legs also. So this is a pond heron which doesn't go into deep water. It feeds on the shallow water on the bank of itself. And on the banks, we can see the cattle egrets. Different types of the egrets can be seen. Cattle egret, little egret, median egret, and a large egret. You have observed their depth of that wetland and the area of where they feed is this. So depends on their leg size. The area also differs like that. Then there are some herring gulls or brown-headed gulls. The gulls which are also migratory are huge in number in Jack. They also help in eating the small fishes. River tern is a gift to the wetland, I can say, that they found in huge number. See, these are all the river tern found in one islands of Jayakwadi. See, Jayakwadi is a big dam having 340 square kilometer water spread, and it's a shallow one. It is not a deep water in that dam itself. So that shallow water itself attracts many birds, and there are 29 islands are in the water body, which are very safe. And once we have found all birds are breeding on that island. A scene which we have captured in our camera is very, very good, not less than a skin which we see in Discovery itself. Few birds, water birds used to roost in the night like this or like this. So in their excreta, we found phosphorus in huge weight, in huge number. This all phosphorus has been collected by the farmers and used as a manure in their field itself. So how birds increase the oxygen level is we can see these are the spoonbills. The style of feeding is they across the water they used to move, they used to water, जिसको हम लोग कहते हैं वाटर को खंगालते हैं, अप्स एंड डाउन्स करते हैं. There are some birds like ibis, they found in marshy lands on the bank with their long beak. They used to dig the marshy land. The whole land is being aerated and it doesn't allow them to waterlog. See, the bank becomes waterlogged and it's not useful for anybody, but by aerating the whole area, this number also keeps us healthy. whereas the shell has been one of the one type of the food of these ibis, whereas small snakes, you can observe them. These all food they take from the wetland and its surrounding. So wetlands are very important. Why? These are the painted stock, very long leg, long beak, found in the area where their long beak, they used to dug the marshy area and gets their food. This is the open bill stork. This is the black wing stilt. See, when we study this, the black wing stilt is the bird who indicates the water pollution itself. Normally, it found in fresh water, where you can see water lilies have been coming up. But there are more number we have observed in the junction where sewage water comes in mixed with the fresh water of the lake. We have observed 61 villages dropping their sewage water in Jayakwadi itself. This is a black-tailed godwit, comes all the way from Siberia. The number is also used. See, water birds are with their number, yellow wagtail, white wagtail. See, each year, flocks of migratory birds arrive and live in dazzling display, landing in trees or in lakes, ponds, beaches, foraging for food in the field and marshes. The number itself tells us about the health of the environment, which is one of the part of their food chain. This is the wire-tailed swallows which we have seen. These are the pratincoles, small pratincoles on the bank. These are the flock of pratincole itself. See, huge number of the rosy pastors. Their murmuring is a spectacular scene. You see, when you go on the water birds to see, they used to go from one place to another place. They flew away. They flew come close. They harify, we can say that. And their pattern of flying is so beautiful. They don't clash with each other. Thousands of birds used to fly like this. These are the green beaters. You can see that numbers also. Beater is a bird which eats the insect in the air. That means flycatchers are eating the insects from air itself. And some marshy birds, like purple moorhen, common moorhen, and common coot, and these are the spot-billed ducks. I'm showing you these all ducks because ducks are the main component of wetland. Their number is in lakhs, we can say. These are all birds, and mainly these birds are all vegetarians. You can see comb duck, you can see pintail, you can see cottontail, you can see these are birds I am showing you hurriedly because there are different types of the ducks. Their number is very important. See, this is the full water spread with the birds, and these all birds, when they eat only vegetarian. That means they eat water plants, aquatic plants. And aquatic plants are the reason why eutrophication of the lake is taken place. To stop the eutrophication, the birds play their important role. Wetland birds play their important role. Another bird, if you see them, I have given you 3 years count, which is coming down. In 2003, we can count 3 lakhs, then 2 lakhs. After 5 years again, we have counted 58,000 only. So population of the birds will decrease by 40%. Where the presence of migratory wild birds, especially water birds, are critically important We have already seen this. This is a one example I give you how they are really very important to the wetland itself. Red cormorant, little cormorant. This all black strip which you have seen sitting on the island is about 500 meters, that half a kilometer is there, and you can see these all cormorants are in such a big number, starts breeding together on the or in the water itself. They dive down up to for 50 feet, 60 feet to catch a fish. Again they come up. जब वो नीचे जाते हैं, ऊपर आते हैं, ऊपर से नीचे जाते हैं, तो ऊपर का पानी नीचे ले जाते हैं, नीचे का पानी ऊपर ले आते हैं. पानी मूवमेंट हो जाती है ऊपर से अप एंड डाउन. So upper part which has been enriched by oxygen that goes downward till to the bottom. So oxygen level when increases, the water purification is calculated on depends on the issue. So Jayakwadi water is very pure and very useful for winery or beer factories. So many, I think all beer factories are on the bank of Jayakwadi itself. This is how a flagship bird, the last bird which I like to show you, and I would like to invite you all for visiting the Jayakwadi. You come there when we arrange a bird festival, especially for the persons or the peoples of the all over the peoples to come and see the Jayakwadi, to see the birds. This is the flamingo, very beautiful white color bird, big color, pink legs, looks beautiful. And let you all come with your college students or in a group to see these birds in winter itself. The landing of this bird is to be observed as good as when they fly, they take off, that also to be observed. And these all then start moving in with a single line. This single line where pink color can be seen and white color is matches with the sky. That looks like a flame is going. The flame is going is called as a flamingo. And these are the all Jayakwadi. Then when we talk about the sustainable management, there are some issues which we must consider. Monitoring of the bird population, training of the management of wetland, reducing of poaching. These are the common which I you just read out and note them down, so that we must make sure that the migratory birds find healthy and welcoming places to settle on their repeated journey for a sustainable future. Only this line is very important for us. It is a fundamental step towards their conservation and sustainable. If you sum up the birds and their uses, pollination, seed production, biological indicators, prey pollution, population control, scavengers, weed control, water purification and land aeration, indicator of pollution and climate change. This is all we have seen. In Jayakwadi, we have seen now the nesting of those birds. As the reproduction of the birds starts, we must protect them. Top priority itself. Forest officials also took the interest, and now this has been. What are the threats to this all? As usual, habitat degradation, individual bird mortality, or reduction in reproduction success. These are the ones we must take care of this. What are the mitigation? Of course, protection, effective management, minimizing impact of energy infrastructure. Public policies and decision-making planning process should be effectively implemented. So with this, I stop. If anybody has any question, may please ask. These are the contribution which are given to me. I must thanks to them also. Thank you all. So for a sustainable future, a long-term well-being of the birds is closely interconnected with our own prosperous. खुद के लिए खुद को अच्छी तरह से जिंदगी जीना है तो पंछियों को संभालो, पक्षियों को संभालो, उनको जान लो और उनके साथ रहना शुरू कर दीजिए. So, Mr. Ram sir, thank you very much for giving me an opportunity to have a very simple subject to your all teachers, hoping that every college will have start their bird watching club, and hereafter they start protecting the birds for their own prospectus. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. After retirement, also you are very active, sir.
Sir,
So, my dear participant, if suppose anybody would like to have some query, please talk to our guest speaker directly. मालविया मॅडम, काही विचारायचं असेल विचारा.
कोणाकडे काही नवीन माहिती असेल तरी सांगा.
So shall I ask a question, sir?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sir, will tower line affect the telephone tower will affect the life of the birds, sir? How they will identify that one?
पाणी मोज.
You mean to say towers of the electricity?
Yes, sir. There is one telephone tower near one farm, sir, nearby. The birds are not at all entering that farm. How they will know, sir?
See, birds are very sensitive than we all. They can judge or they can sense the electronic waves also, waves themselves. Whole migration depends on our magnetic cover or magnetic waves in the nature. But this is not confirmed because the study has been going on. See, as I told you that study of the bird is done very less. In foreign, the issue has been studying. Even a BNHS, 2 scientists are working on this issue. After that, we can come to the conclusion. But in my opinion, they must have affecting little, not more.
Okay, sir. Thanks a lot, sir.
सर एक
Hello,
क्वेश्चन
sir.
है मेरा.
सर वन मोर क्वेश्चन
हाँ,
सर.
एक
सर.
छोटा सा है सर, जो फीमेल कोयल गाती है कि मेल कोयल गाता है?
कोयल गाता है, फीमेल नहीं गाती, पर हम लोग मेल कोयल का फीमेल कोयल को उसका क्रेडिट दे देते हैं. जो प्राइज दिया जाता है गान कोकिला बोल के दिया जाता है.
हाँ वही तो, गान कोकिला
गाती नहीं, गाता है कोयल और उसका क्रेडिट दिया जाता है कोकिला को.
मेल कोयल गाता है.
मेल कोयल गाता है. To define his territory, to attract the female, he used to sing.
Sir, one more question, sir.
Please.
Sir, how to protect the bird from the radiations, sir, mobile radiations or tower radiations? आपल्याला सर अपने वो कैसे उनको बचाते आएगा? उनके लिए क्या करें?
हम लोगों ने इतनी तरक्की कर रखी है कि हम अपने आप को नहीं बचा पाते इससे. बर्ड्स अपने आप को बचा लेते हैं. अगर आप जो कह रहे टावर मोबाइल टावर्स के रेडिएशन या किसी और चीज का रेडिएशन, तो फॉरेन में अगर आप गए, पेरिस में गए या तो फ्रांस में जाओ और कहीं जाओ, वहाँ चिड़िया बहुत दिखती है अपने को, लेकिन वो चिड़िया वहाँ पर एडॉप्ट हो जाती है. बर्ड्स इज अ हाईली एडॉप्टेबल क्रिएशन इन द वर्ल्ड. अब जो आप पूछ रहे हैं मेरे को सवाल, रेडिएशन को कैसे एक्लेमेटाइज हो जाते हैं, क्या हो जाते हैं, अभी इस पर स्टडीज शुरू है. अपने यहाँ BNHS में 2 शास्त्री लोग कर रहे हैं, लेकिन वो स्टडी करना इतना आसान भी नहीं है, बिकॉज रेडिएशन गोज डाउन टू अप एंड अप कम अगेन कम टू डाउन. इट वुड वेरी 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 फ्यू instruments, it goes parallel to the earth. So mainly birds fly parallel to the earth. They don't go up and up. They parallel move to move. They go down, they come up. Definitely some radiation must be affecting, because we are counting the birds. The number is getting less and less. That may be the one of the reason, but not studied and not concluded so far. और एक बात मैं आप लोग को बताता हूँ कि पंछियों को अपने से ज्यादा नेचर का मालूमात होती आहे. निसर्गाबद्दल पक्ष्यांना आपल्यापेक्षा जास्त माहिती असते. पुढचा सीझन कसा येणार आहे, पाऊस चांगला पडणार आहे का नाही, आपल्या पिल्लांना अन्न मिळणार आहे का नाही, हे पक्ष्यांना आधी कळतं. ते घरटं बांधतात, त्यात जे 15 अंडी असते ते 2च अंडी देतात. काही काही पक्षी अंडी देतच नाहीत एखाद्या सीझन मध्ये. त्यावेळेला समजायचं की पुढचा सीझन हा खराब येणार आहे, किंवा झाडाच्या उंचीवर घरटं बांधलं जातं, त्याच्यामुळे पाऊस किती पडणार हे कळतं.
तर फेदर्स वरून आपण पक्ष्यांना ओळखू शकतो का?
पूर्ण पक्षी नाही ओळखता येत, पण त्याचा DNA केला तुम्ही तर ओळखता येईल. कारण बऱ्याच पक्ष्यांचे आतले पंख, त्याच्यानंतर बॉडीवरचे पंख आणि उडणारे पंख आणि बॅलन्स पंख हे वेगवेगळ्या प्रकारचे असतात.
सर आय हॅव अ क्वेश्चन. आणखी एक
सर
क्वेश्चन.
सर मी मारुती फर्स्ट क्लासला सर. ते फार छान होतं. तसेच काही पुस्तकं असतील मराठी तर सांगाल बरं होईल.
बुक ऑफ इंडियन बर्ड म्हणून सलीम अलीने लिहिलेलं पुस्तक आहे. त्याच्या मराठीमध्ये पण आहे, हिंदीमध्ये पण आहे आणि इंग्लिशमध्ये पण आहे. या पुस्तकामध्ये भारतातले जवळपास सगळे पक्षी त्यांनी वर्णन केलेले आहे, इलिस्ट्रेट केलेलं आहे. त्याच्यात त्याचं सीझन, अंडे, रंग सगळं दिलेलं आहे. मला असं वाटतं ते एक पुस्तक तुम्हाला डिक्शनरी सारखं उपयोगी पडू शकतं. त्याच्यानंतर बुक्स ऑफ इंडियन सब कॉन्टिनेंट आहे, फील्ड गाईड टू द बर्ड्स आहे, BNHS ने पब्लिश केलेली पुस्तक आहेत, ते तुम्हाला सहज मिळतात. किरण पुरंदरेने पुस्तकं लिहिलेले आहेत, प्रकाश गोळेंनी पुस्तकं लिहिलेले आहेत, मारुती चितमपल्लेंची काही पुस्तकं आहेत.
मारुती चित्तमपल्लीची मी वाचले आहे सर, बाकी नाही वाचले, म्हणून माहिती पाहिजे होती.
बाकीचे तुम्हाला सायंटिफिक मिळतील. हे एक बुक ऑफ इंडियन बर्ड सलीम अलीचं, त्यात सगळी माहिती आहे तुम्हाला पाहिजे.
थँक्यू सर.
थँक्यू.
Sir, vultures are declared vulnerable species. Then what should we do to increase the number of vultures? Because हम गाँव के तरफ देखते हैं तो कोई जानवर अगर मर के है तो vultures की वजह से उनका डिकम्पोजिशन फास्ट होता है, लेकिन आजकल वो देखने को नहीं मिलता. Sir, what should we do to increase the number of vultures?
गवर्नमेंट ने इसके ऊपर बहुत सारा काम किया हुआ है, कर रहे हैं. अभी कोकण में चिपळूण के नजदीक एक उन्होंने आर्टिफिशियल ब्रीडिंग सेंटर खोला है. नवेगांव बांध में भी एक वल्चर ब्रीडिंग सेंटर खोल दिया है. और वल्चर रेस्टोरेंट बोल के एक कंसेप्ट अभी आगे बढ़ रहा है, जो कि हम लोग कर सके तो करना चाहिए. जहाँ पर वल्चर दिखते हैं वहाँ पर एक छोटा सा प्लेटफॉर्म बना दीजिए और मरा हुआ जानवर उसके ऊपर डाल दीजिए और उसको बाजू से वायर कैसे क्लोज कर दीजिए ताकि गांव के कुत्ते आके उसको ना खाए, तो वल्चर को खाना मिलेगा. वल्चर के लिए जहाँ पर वो अंडे देता है वो एरियाज प्रोटेक्ट करना बहुत जरूरी है. ब्रीडिंग सेंटर करके आर्टिफिशियली अभी बहुत सारा अपने को रिजल्ट मिल रहे हैं. राजस्थान में जैसलमेर में एक डेजर्ट सेंचुरी जो है वहाँ पर बहुत बड़ा आर्टिफिशियल ब्रीडिंग सेंटर बना है. वो उसके अंडे लेकर आते और वो इंक्यूबेट करके उसको बढ़ाते छोड़ देते. These are the only two way where initiative and ex situ conservation will be done. That can be only the way where we can. और उनको खाने के लिए जैसे हम बताया आपको रेस्टोरेंट बना दीजिए. पहली बात तो एक कीजिए, जहां पर आपको उसका घोंसला मिल गया तुरंत फॉरेस्ट डिपार्टमेंट को बता दीजिए ताकि वो उस प्रोटेक्शन की पूरी व्यवस्था करेंगे. किसी बर्ड को प्रोटेक्शन, खाना और रहना, ये 3 चीज मिल गई तो उनकी संख्या धीरे धीरे बढ़ना शुरू हो जाती है.
थैंक यू सर.
Sir, I have a question.
Hello.
Hello. Sir, am I audible?
थोड़ा बारीक आवाज आ रही है.
मोठ्याने बोला.
मोठ्याने बोला म्हणजे ऐकू येईल.
हॅलो, आता येतो सर आवाज?
बोला बोला.
सर, विवर बर्डचे बातमी सुगरण म्हणतो आपण त्याला. विवर बर्ड.
हा, व्ह्यूअर बर्ड, बरोबर. काय त्याचं?
सर, थोड़ा उनके बारे में जानकारी दीजिए ना.
ऐकू येत नाही. तुमचा प्रश्न नाही ऐकू आला, फक्त व्ह्यूअर बर्ड ऐकू आला.
He wants some information about. He wants some information about it.
Viewer bird.
अच्छा अच्छा. व्ह्यूअर बर्ड नेस्ट कसं बांधतं हे पाहिजे का तुम्हाला?
हो सर.
हा, एक झाडाची सगळ्यात काटेरी झाडाची करंगळी एवढी झाड ते फांदी पहिल्यांदा निवडतात आणि जवळपासच्या ज्याच्या लांब पाता असलेल्या झाडापाशी जातात. त्याच्या खालची कोपऱ्यातला एक बारीक तण तोडतात आणि उडून तो घेऊन येतात. म्हणजे एक दोरा त्यांच्या हातामध्ये येतो. तो दोरा घेऊन आल्यानंतर ते आपल्या चोचीने पहिली गाठ बांधतात. सगळं काम चोचीने करतात. एक गाठ, दुसरी गाठ, तिसरी गाठ, असे एकमेकांना ते विणून विणून ते घरट बांधतात. बांधत असताना ते अर्ध घरट पूर्ण झालं की मग पक्क आहे का नाही इन्स्पेक्शन होतं आणि मग ते घरट पुढे कंटिन्यू होतं. ते बांधल्यानंतर खालच्या बाजूला लोंबकाळत असतं. पक्षी जाणं येणं खालून वर करतो. त्याचबरोबर पक्षाच्या आतल्या बाजूला चिखल चिटकवलेला असतो एका विशिष्ट दिशेला, आणि ते घरट गरम होऊ नये, पिल्लांना ऊन लागू नये म्हणून. आणि एक नर एका वेळेला 3-4 माद्यांबरोबर संसार करतो. पॉलिगॅमी जे आपण म्हणतो ते करतो. त्यामुळे घरट बांधताना एक घर बांधतो, ते ऍक्सेप्ट झालं लगेच दुसरं बांधतो, तर तिसरं बांधतो. एकेका स्थितीमध्ये 3-4 संसारात फाटतो.
ओके, थँक्यू सर.
हॅलो सर.
बोला.
सर, महाराष्ट्रात कोणत्या भागात जास्त पक्ष्यांची विविधता आढळून येते सर? कोकण, विदर्भ?
पक्ष्यांचे प्रकार कोणत्या भागात जास्त दिसतात?
हो, म्हणजे विविधता समजा पक्ष्यांची.
पश्चिम घाट जो आहे त्या भागात आपल्याला खूप मोठे पक्षी दिसतात. तिथे हॅबिटेट व्हेरिएशन खूप आहे.
Hello, sir. My question is, in older days, people used to use birds for letter sending or spy activities. So, how they are trained their birds for it?
There was one special species with passenger bird called as a passenger bird. All birds are having one quality, homing instinct. घर वापसी की एक संवेदना ज्यादातर के पिजन्स में होती है. ऐसे पिजन्स जालना अपने अपने सिटी में पहले उसको बड़ा चढ़ा के रखते हैं, उनको यूज टू कर देते हैं. फिर वो पंछी पकड़ के दूसरे गांव में ले जाते हैं जहां से मैसेज भेजना है. वहां वहां पर उसके पैरों में चीटी बांध देते, वो चिट्ठी लेकर बच्ची अपने घर पे वापस आता है। मतलब औरंगाबाद का बर्ड नागपुर में ले जाते हैं, नागपुर को उसको बांध के छोड़ देते हैं। तो उसकी एक इंस्टिंक्ट होती है, होमिंग इंस्टिंक्ट, वो पकड़ के वो जैसे बिल्ली कहीं भी डालो फिर घर वापस आती है। उसी प्रकार से ये बर्ड उड़ता उड़ता वापस आ जाता है जहाँ से उसको छोड़ा है वहां पर। वो एक गॉड गिफ्ट है, विच इज ए मिस्ट्री। पहले पैसेंजर पिजन बोल के थे।
डॉक्टर दिलीप यार्डी हमारा वेडनेसडे को हाँ हाँ
कंटिन्यू
आज सुद्धा डोह सारखे पक्षी जे आहेत त्यांना हे आपण वापरतो काही ठिकाणी.
ब्रिजा ना ट्रॅव्हल करा.
आपण पक्ष्यांची शर्यत ऐकली कधी?
नाही सर, नाही सांगा सर.
पक्ष्यांच्या शर्यती देखील लावल्या जातात, विशेषतः भोला ज्याला आपण म्हणतो त्यांच्या, त्यासाठी त्यांना ट्रेन केलं जातं. माणूस काय वापरून गेली सांगता येत नाही. कार्बोरन्सला मासे पकडण्यासाठी माणूस मासेमारी पकडण्यात आले, तर पिजन्सना मेसेंजर म्हणून पाठवतात. पण ते आता फार क्वचित काही ठिकाणी दिसतं आपल्याला. तुम्ही जर उत्तरेमध्ये गेलात, विशेषतः लखनौ वगैरे परिसरात, आजही कबूतर पाळतात आणि त्या कबुतरांच्या वरती आकाशामध्ये एकमेकांचे कबूतर ओढून आणण्याचा प्रयत्न केला जातो. तो एक प्रकारचा खेळच आहे.
हो सर, साऊथ इंडियन मूवी पाहिली होती त्याच्यावर. ओके, बरोबर.
काय म्हटलं? हॅलो, काय म्हटलं कळलं नाही मला.
सर, ह्या कबुतराच्या खेळावर एक साऊथ इंडियन मूवी आली होती, मी बघितली आहे. तो त्याच्यात प्लॉट होतो त्याच्यावर.
बरोबर बरोबर.
हा हा.
कबुतरांचा वापर आपण प्रेमाचा संदेश द्यायला पण करतो. कबूतर ज्या ज्या गाणं म्हणून.
सर्व पार्टिसिपंट काही विचारून झालं असेल तर मी पण सरांसोबत थोडं बोलतो. सर, नाउ डेज वाय द population of crows is decreasing day by day. Initially, we have seen plenty of population of the crows. Nowadays, it is on the verge of extinction. So why the population of crows is decreasing day by day?
See, crow, yeah, sparrow. Both are now almost all you can see in some part of the city or somewhere in the city. Pehle we can see everywhere crows are there, sparrows are there. Basically, crow is a scavenger bird. And if we compare with previous days, these days they won't get food more. Competitors are more. So food and competition, and there basically crows and sparrows are declining because of their nesting places are decreased. Roosting places are decreased. और एक बात, कचरा खुले में नहीं डाला जाता आजकल. जो डाला जाता है वो आदमी क्या, क्रो भी उसको वहां पर कभी आया नजर नहीं आता. मतलब क्रोज को जो खाना चाहिए लेफ्ट ओवर वो उसमें नहीं रहता, दूसरा कचरा होता है. क्रोज रूस्ट करने के लिए कहीं सिटी में बड़ी अच्छी प्लेस देखते हैं तो रूस्टिंग प्लेसेस नहीं बची. और स्पैरोज की भी वही बात है, नेस्टिंग प्लेसेस नहीं बचा है, रूस्टिंग प्लेसेस भी नहीं बची. मेन डिस्ट्रक्शन इज बिकॉज ऑफ nesting and roosting places as well as feeding grounds are getting down by down. उनकी कमी की वजह से क्रोज हमको कम दिखाई देते हैं.
सर, एक क्वेश्चन होता.
विचारा मॅडम.
सर ॲक्च्युली जे मार्केटमध्ये मोराचे पीस येतात विकायला, तर नॅचरली शेडेड असतात का ते, की मग म्हणजे की प्लग फोर्सफुली प्लग केले जातात, असं काही असतं का?
80% 90% ते फोर्सफुली काढले जातात. कारण मोर ज्यावेळेला शेड आउट करतो त्यावेळेला एकदम सगळे नाही करत तो. एक एक दोन तो टाकत जातो. आणि आपल्याकडे जे गठ्ठ्याने विकायला येतात ते सगळे काढलेले असतात. म्हणून कायद्याने त्याला बंदी आहे. पण कायद्यातली पळवाटी एक एक टाकलेले म्हणून ते लोक त्याला प्लीड करतात आणि सुटतात.
थँक्यू सर.
आता पार्टिसिपंट थोडं आपण थांबायला पाहिजे, कारण आता वेळ होत चाललेली आहे. आणि प्लीज आता होप ऑफ थँक्स देऊन द्या. मी काल कोणाला तरी जबाबदारी दिली होती.
हॅलो सर,
हा
मला सांगितलं होतं सर वोट ऑफ थँक्स साठी डॉक्टर दीप्ती मालविया.
डॉक्टर दीप्ती मालविया, प्लीज कंटिन्यू विथ युअर वोट ऑफ थँक्स. कारण आपले अनदर स्पीकर आलेले आहेत.
Okay. Thank you so much, Dilip sir, for such a wonderful and fruitful information that you have shared with us. The presentation was very beautiful and beautiful. I assure you that I will visit Jayakwadi. Definitely, I will visit there. Thank you so much on behalf of all the participants, on behalf of UHRDC. I would like to thank Dr. Dilip sir for such wonderful information. Thank you very much, sir. Have a good day.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
ठीक आहे सर, थँक्यू सर.